In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 10, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Tigers versus Baltimore Orioles. On Tuesday, the Detroit Tigers will play the first game of a 3-game series on the road at Camden Yards against the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles are sending Cade Povich to the mound in this series opener, and even with some question marks there, I still believe they are solid enough and play well enough at Camden Yards to hold their own. The Detroit Tigers are obviously one of the best teams in all of baseball, there's no denying that, but Sawyer Gipson-Long is not the guy I want to see taking the ball for them, even if it's just a fill-in spot start. He's just not a pitcher I trust in this spot. I'm fairly certain the Tigers will manage to win at least one game in this series. They're too good not to, but I think the Orioles will be the ones to draw first blood here at home. As our first pick for this matchup, the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. Detroit is coming into this game feeling good after a nice series win over the Cubs, but they've really had a hard time putting together a winning streak over the last week or so. The Tigers have a winning 20-15 record on the road this season, while the Orioles have struggled at home with a 12-17 record. Baltimore has been playing much better baseball over their last 3 series, however, and they are starting Cade Povich, who has been sharp, allowing 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 of his last 4 starts. The Tigers are countering with Sawyer Gipson-Long. He got hit around in his first start, giving up 5 hits and 3 earned runs in just 3.2 innings against the White Sox. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Reds versus Cleveland Guardians. The MLB action continues on Tuesday with a heated interstate rivalry as the Cincinnati Reds take on the Cleveland Guardians. Andrew Abbott has been nothing short of spectacular for the Reds this season, posting a stellar 2.18 earned run average. It's no coincidence that Cincinnati has a 7-3 record when he takes the mound. The team simply plays some of its best baseball with him leading the charge. They've also been punishing American League Central pitching all year, hitting over .280 as a team against the division. The Guardians are handing the ball to Slade Cecconi, who has been inconsistent at best this season. In his only home start, he was completely shelled, giving up 5 runs to the Angels. The Reds are finally looking like the team everyone expected to see at the beginning of the year, and they are starting to string together some impressive wins. Abbott is pitching like an all-star with that 2.18 earned run average and a 1.06 WHIP, and he's coming off a dominant May where he allowed just 2 earned runs in over 32 innings. The Guardians have had some frustrating results lately, and Cecconi hasn't been helping. He's been tagged for 22 hits and 11 runs in his last 20.1 innings. At home, his earned run average is a sky-high 10.38. The Reds are playing better baseball and have a massive edge on the mound. Getting them at this price is an absolute steal. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cincinnati Reds money line is our full game side pick. While I'm confident that Andrew Abbott will put his team in a great position to win, there's a good chance he might give up a few runs in this particular spot. The Guardians lineup has actually seen him pretty well in the past. Their current roster is slashing a respectable .294, .351, and .441 against him over 34 career at-bats. On the other side, the Reds' offense has been on fire lately. Over the past week, they rank 7th in the league in both WOB and ISO, which shows they are hitting for both average and power. Their current lineup has also had success against Slade Cecconi, slashing .283, .321, and .491 against him. All the ingredients are there for the Reds to have another breakout offensive performance and help push this game over the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Marlins versus Pittsburgh Pirates. We're heading back to Pittsburgh on Tuesday for the Marlins versus Pirates game, the second one of their series at PNC Park. The Pirates have been red hot lately. They've won 4 games in a row, a streak that includes a weekend sweep of the Phillies. That momentum rolled right into this series as the Bucs raided the Marlins on Monday by a score of 10-3. The Marlins, on the other hand, are in a total freefall. They've lost 7 of their last 8 games, including a disastrous stretch against the lowly Rockies. Despite all this, a ton of early money has been coming in on Miami. But why? I think it has everything to do with the big names on the pitching card, but that can be very misleading. Good luck trying to figure out this pitching matchup. Sandy Alcantara is the big headliner, but let's be honest, he has been gross all season. After giving up at least 3 runs in 9 consecutive starts, and 4 or more in 8 of those 9, Sandy finally settled down and allowed just 2 runs in his last outing. The problem is, that start came against the lifeless Rockies. So, is he finally figuring things out, or did he just beat up on a terrible opponent? Your guess is as good as mine. He'll be facing Mitch Keller, who has actually pitched pretty well for most of the season despite getting no run support. He has a 1-8 record to show for it because his team just won't score for him. Keller did get ripped for 6 runs in his last start though, so who knows what version of these guys will show up on Tuesday. When the pitching is this unpredictable, I prefer to ride the momentum, and Pittsburgh has all of it right now, especially while Miami seems completely lost and stuck in a major slump. Let's stick with the streaks and take the nice price break we're getting by fading the big-name pitcher. As our first pick for this matchup, the Pittsburgh Pirates money line is our full game side pick. The Marlins have been an under machine recently, with their games going under the total in 7 of their last 10 contests. The Pirates have been getting their wins thanks to solid pitching, not a powerful offense. But yesterday we saw them explode for 10 runs against the Marlins. While that offensive outburst was impressive, it came against a struggling starting pitcher and a very problematic bullpen. I do not believe for a second that the Pirates will be able to repeat that performance when they have to face a pitcher of Sandy Alcantara's caliber, and as a result, this should lead to a much lower scoring game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus Philadelphia Phillies. A pair of National League teams will play the middle game of a 3-game series on the diamond, searching for a crucial win in the city of brotherly love as the Chicago Cubs travel to take on the Philadelphia Phillies on Tuesday night. Philadelphia has been a mess offensively, entering Monday's game having scored just 8 total runs during their 5-game losing streak, with 4 of those runs coming in a single contest. To make matters worse, Bryce Harper is on the injured list, and the Phillies have been completely unable to generate any offense without their superstar. Chicago, on the other hand, is a team that can put runs on the scoreboard in a hurry and boasts a deep, dangerous lineup. The pitching matchup is an interesting one. The Phillies' Mick Abel has been solid in his 2 career starts, but Colin Rea has proven to be a nice free agent pickup for the Cubs. The Phillies have been in terrible shape over the last 2 weeks, and while they are a talented team that will eventually turn things around, it's impossible to back them in their current form. Abel has looked fantastic through 11.1 innings, but that's all he has in the big leagues. The jury is still very much out on him. Rea is the far more trustworthy option with his 3.59 earned run average and 1.35 WHIP, and he has a solid 3.47 earned run average in 23.1 road innings. This game is likely going to come down to which offense shows up. The Cubs are capable of big things, and the Phillies are completely lost at the plate right now. We're getting a nice price with the team that is playing better baseball and has the more proven pitcher on the mound. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs money line is our full game side pick. The over may be 6-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings between these 2 clubs, but in their 4 matchups this season, the under is 2-1, with 3 of those games seeing 7 or fewer total runs scored. The recent trends for both teams point heavily towards a low-scoring game as well. For the Cubs, the under has cashed in 7 of their last 10 games, with 1 push, and their pitching staff has been incredible, allowing 4 or fewer runs in their last 9 straight contests. For the Phillies, the under is 5-4 in their past 10 games, and their offense has been non-existent, scoring just 12 total runs in their last 6 games played. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Nationals versus New York Mets. The Washington Nationals and the New York Mets kick off a 3-game series in the National League East on Tuesday, and this matchup has a clear favorite. The Nats are going through a rough patch where their offense has completely disappeared, so even though Mackenzie Gore has been fantastic this season, it doesn't really matter if the team can't string together any runs to support him. Gore has been lights out, allowing 0 runs in his last 13 innings and ranking second in the league in strikeouts. The Mets, however, continue to play like one of the best teams in baseball, and their starter, Griffin Canning, is coming off a dominant performance of his own, throwing 6 scoreless innings against the Dodgers. Canning is pitching like an all-star with his 2.9 earned run average and 1.32 WHIP. I understand that the Nationals have provided some good value for bettors for much of the season, and getting Gore at plus money is tempting. However, the Mets are just rolling right now, and even if a lot of their recent wins came against the lowly Colorado Rockies, they have all the momentum. They're also facing a pitcher in Gore that they've had success against in the past, and Gore has historically struggled when pitching on the road. I can see the argument for taking a shot with Gore at this price, but I still have to side with the hot hand and the better team. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Mackenzie Gore is slated to take the mound for the Nationals, and his season numbers are impressive. A 3-5 record in 13 starts with a 2.87 earned run average, a 1.14 WHIP, a 108-22 Kelvin BB ratio, and opponents are hitting just .231 against him. On the other side, Griffin Canning gets the ball for the Mets. On the season, he has a 6-2 record in 12 starts with a 2.9 earned run average, a 1.32 WHIP, a 57-26 Kelvin BB ratio, and opponents are hitting a similar .232 against him. Both of these starting pitchers have been excellent at limiting damage and keeping runs off the board. This sets up to be a classic pitcher's duel. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.